What's going on, guys? We weren't obviously going to do another episode until Thursday, was we, Sutty? But unfortunately, this club's an absolute joke, and I've had to call for an emergency podcast basically because basically what we're all thinking seems to be actually coming to fruition now, or at least seems to the curtain seems to have been pulled, and we're seeing the truth, as it were. Cheers for joining us again so early on again, guys. Appreciate you all being here. The usual people. There's some new people as well, which is great. We've got Jamie, Luke, Carl, Sativa, Joe, Scott, Rebecca, Mitch, Neil, lots and lots of people. Thanks very much for joining us. And yes, Sutty, I'm just going to go straight to it, mate. What's sport the emergency on, mate? Explain to me.
Evening, everyone. Friday, I received a phone call as I was driving up the M1 to Leeds to pick my son up, ready for the game on Saturday. A long phone call telling me the ins and outs of how no one other than Jeff Shi has been ever present at Compton for the last 2 weeks, well, 4 days of each week, and spends another day inside Molyneux as well. Now, people may say, well, he's head of Sudo and Fosun Sports. That's correct. But we were categorically told within the meeting that we had, the famous meeting in January, one question was asked. I can't remember who asked it. It wasn't me, actually. It was somebody else. Is Jeff Shi anything to do with this football club anymore? And we were told categorically Jeff Shi had gone. He's nothing to do with football or Wolverhampton Wanderers anymore. He's gone, and we will not see him again. Anything to do with Wolves or around Molyneux, he's gone. So I can't actually say I'm surprised at this, to be honest. If you're a cynic, like I am, you'll have thought all along that Nathan Shi is a little puppet, and the guy above him, doing the strings above him, is Big Jeff in the background. Because after all, Wolverhampton Wanderers come under Fosun Sports, and head of Fosun Sports is Jeff Shi. And I've seen video footage of Nathan being asked by the guy that phoned me up. That was who was asking the questions on the famous video footage going around now, where he's asked him categorically and he completely ignores him. Now, if you ask me a question and I categorically know the answer, I will tell you the answer to that question. If I don't want you to know something, I'm going to keep my mouth shut and keep walking. I'm not very trusting. I wasn't very trusting anyway, let's be honest. Everybody, I'm not very trusting on these. But there comes a point where questions have to be asked. I believe that a lot of fans now are absolutely up in arms. I personally feel like I've had my pants pulled down and shafted from behind, because they've lied to me on a massive scale here, and things will be put into the process of where do we go from here, because trust to me has been broken massively, and if they don't come out soon, very soon, i.e. tomorrow, and put a statement out, then this is my thought process. I think bridges have been not just singed I think bridges have been really burnt, and the dialogue that we've got with them cannot be taken at face value. Just other things like I've been sent dated photographs of Jeff going in and out of Compton, which all align. And I know this guy. He's told me numerous things about what happens at Compton. He's there every single day. And everything he's told me has come true. I've no reason not to disbelieve him. He's told me and one other. The one other actually posted the video on X. And although he's quite pro Rob Edwards, to give him a chance, he is absolutely not pro Fosun. This other guy who's posted the video, and you can all go on to X and see who it was. And I know him very well as well, and he wouldn't bullshit me either. So I'm afraid it does seem very likely that there are some underhanded things going on here where we have... I've got to be careful what I say here because I don't want to throw the lad under the bus, because he's taken a lot of pelters on social media for people claiming that he was aggressive in his question and that, which is an utter load of bollocks. He wasn't aggressive at all. No. They don't know what... If they think that's aggressive, they've never had any aggression shown to them whatsoever. Well, he was just merely asking a question.
I'll tell you what, Sooty, I'm just going to play the video on the stream.
You tell me if this is aggressive.
Okay. So, let's start from the start.
Nathan, what would Fosun think about the attendance today? Yes, always. Why was Jeff at the training ground 3 days this week? I've got him on video. I've put it on YouTube. Why was Jeff at the training ground? You don't want to speak to the fans? You don't want to talk to the fans? You don't care? You don't care about why Jeff was at the training ground this week? He left at 4:20. Why was Jeff Shi at the training ground yesterday? I thought he had nothing to do with the club now. You don't want to speak to the paper? Bye, Fosun. Bye. They own the club.
Yeah, Sooty, so I've shown him the video there. I don't think it's aggressive, to be honest. I feel like he's literally... He's well within his rights to talk to someone who is extremely important at a club in which we're all spending copious amounts of money. Let's be quite honest with ourselves here. None of us wants a camera in our face, right? Mm-hmm. None of us wants someone aggressively telling us that we can't leave or we have to say something and not taking no for an answer. I've seen press people, and they will not take no for an answer, Sutter, and they will block your car in, and they will get right in your face and make it very uncomfortable. You cannot tell me, you've just watched that video, and you cannot tell me that was a very aggressive thing to do. And I've seen so many people say, Sutter, that if that was me and someone was putting a camera in my face, I wouldn't answer either. I'm sorry. The questions he's asked are very, very, very important and very relevant, like you say. He's asking about the state of, the ground. He's asking why it was so empty today and what was your thoughts of why it was so empty today. And the main one really was, why has Jeff Shi been spotted he gives him a time at the end, so he knows he's not lying. He really, if Jeff isn't around, and we haven't been completely lied to, like Sooty said at the start of the show, he had a tap in there, didn't he? He could have literally just turned around and went, "It's got nothing to do with the club, mate. I told you, he's not here," and that would have been it. But clearly, there's more going on behind the scenes, and that is what has stirred everybody. It's not the fact that there's a video gone out. It's the fact that he seems unable to tell us very simple questions that we all thought we knew the answers to, Sooty. That's the problem. So this really frustrated me because we've all been lied to, as you've said, Sooty. But what really frustrates me is, where does this leave us? Because some of you guys that are lucky enough to go and talk to the powers that be, those lucky 200 people. What's that going to be like now? Because that was a simple answer. And obviously they weren't prepared for it. So you're telling me they're just going to be prepared for questions like that, hopefully now. That's what I'm hoping. It is just a really bad look for the club, Sooty. I mean, I'm just kind of speechless, to be fair, because you were at that meeting and you were told that he wasn't part of this football club anymore, Jeff.
Absolutely, 100%. He's not any longer a part of this football club. He has nothing to do with this football club, and Nathan Shi does not have anything to do with him. He reports directly to the owner in China. He has nothing to do with this football club. He won't be here again. Well, he fucking rocked up at Compton for 2 weeks going. And you see, this is a classic example, this, of a dictatorship that owns a football club.
Yeah.
Dictators, what they do is they divide the people to rule. And you can clearly see now that there's a divide in this fan base. There's no in between. You either support them or you want them gone. And I'm pretty sure now we're on we were in the minority this time last year who wanted them gone. I'm pretty sure now you're probably looking at 50% that want this lot gone. Now, I know people are going to come on. They don't come on the comments on here, on the live comments, but what they do is they come on the comments after the show and say, go on then, go and find me a billionaire. That isn't my job.
Yeah.
That's not my job to find. My role in this football club is to turn up, to support the players on the pitch, which I do week in, week out, home and away. That's my job. That's my role. And for that, pro rata, I pay shitloads of money, right? I'm not loaded, and neither are the majority of our fan base. The demographic of Wolverhampton and the surrounding areas is not affluent, let me tell you that. So there's a lot of people choosing football a lot of the time before fucking food. So they are pro rata spending a lot of their available funds. So, but they've got to divide now. They're going to have to act really fast. Now, some people say you got to give him a chance. You got to give him a chance. I would have been more than willing to give this guy a chance. Had I not received the phone call and seen some of the pictures and what have you, and that video today circulated that tell me that Jeff Shi is back in and around Compton. They are lying to us. And once you do that, and they were told in that meeting, I have to keep harping on back to that meeting because I'm going on about what they promised. And we said, if you're going to deliver us any bad news, don't lie, just tell us. We can handle the truth even if it's bad. Right? Anybody, you can deal with with bad news as long as it's the truth, okay? No, he's nothing to do with this football club anymore. Nothing to do with this football club, okay? But don't forget, the end shot that I gave them personally was, you'll be judged on not your words, your actions. Well, fucking hell, we're 12 weeks down the line, and not only have they fallen at the first fucking hurdle, they've smashed the rest of them down on the other side of it. It just beggars belief, this does to me. I've drove solo down from Leeds today, which took me about 3.5 hours, and all I've done is take phone calls and answer messages to people. Answer phone calls about what the fuck's going on here. There is going to be, if you're not very careful, a huge turnout of people that I'm not called for. Excuse me, I've not called for it. But the Fulham game, you could see Molineux empty. Because people are just pissed off with it. And this is, unfortunately, people, you won't get much of a protest at Brighton, let's be honest. But at home, that is where you can really have another visual pop at them. Now, the last one that we did, it took 6 days, I believe, to get 4,000 people on the night time that had been to work all day to come on the Waterloo Road. We play Fulham on a Sunday, I believe, don't we? This next game.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's on the weekend. That's different gravy altogether. People are normally in Wolverhampton, have a few beers before, and I think you'll find that figure could quite easily double. That could be on the Waterloo Road. And if they don't go in, Dan, and the Sky cameras on a Sunday are recording this live, my God, it will look terrible. And I'll tell you this as well. They claim there was 29,000 people in Molineux yesterday. That's utter bollocks. There wouldn't have been 23,000 people in there.
You could tell. You could tell by the pictures.
Bullshit. The North Bank was half empty. The Billy Wright was half empty.
Yeah, I was going to say, the mostly I could see was the Billy Wright, and that looked
I can't see what's in the South Bank, but all I can tell you now is I counted a dozen seats immediately around me that were empty.
Well, part of it was empty because not only is the club falling down, but so is the fucking stadium, sort of.
Yeah. So I'm on about at the start of the fucking game as well. I'm telling you now, the real amount would have been closer to 23, 24 max. Now that is terrible. It's a terrible look for a Premier League side to have empty seats, irrelevant whether you're bottom or top. And that ground was a quarter empty. So they've got to come out fast, and they've got to come out with no bullshit. I know other high up members of Wolves that were asked the same question. Why's Jeff here? This is on video as well. Why Jeff's not here? I've not seen Jeff since Christmas. But unfortunately, he was caught on camera leaving 2 minutes after Jeff from Compton. So he's another fucking idiot. So he will be getting his arse felt as well because he's very high up in the club.
Well, they've all been fucking lying.
They all seem to be lying through their teeth. So
I think they've just lost control. I think they've lost utter control, and they just think that because of this meeting that they had, that was it then. They could just do whatever they wanted, and we were just going to be fine with it. But that ain't how it works. That's not how it works at all. If you're telling us Jeff's nothing part of the club, and then we get to find out that he's been all the way around Compton in his old office, and he's been in Molineux, and he's up to his old tricks and what have you, then I'm sorry, you've lied on record.
Yeah.
I mean, anyway, I'm going to go through some of the comments as we go as well. I know you guys are getting involved. This was very much not just as a chat between myself and Sooty, but also obviously we've got a Discord now. I've set it up so we can do some video calls as well. I don't know whether it's going to work properly or not. That's a brand new thing tonight. But if it doesn't, we obviously will be able to hear your audio. I'll put the link in the chats on the various socials. Follow that link. If you've got a Discord already, you'll be sent straight to the chat. We'll unmute you. You can get your say ahead of all this news that's happened today, as well as whatever you want to basically get off your chest. And also, I'm just going to go through the chats. LH Rex said he shit himself. Have you seen that video? He's like a rabbit in the headlights. Yeah, his demeanour was different, wasn't it? It was weird. Like, I've always thought of him as quite a confident, well-spoken guy, but he was really took by surprise there, wasn't he? And he was
very confident in that meeting. He let me tell you now, Nathan Shi speaks as good English as I do. And I bet he could write a letter in English better than I could. Yeah. There is absolutely nothing lost in translation. This guy's English is impeccable. He knows exactly what he's been asked. I've sat opposite him, just 2 meters away, spoke to him, looked at him directly in his eye, and he is, he's an intelligent bloke, but I've got a feeling that he is the one in the firing line, shall we say. He's being paid a big amount of money to take the flak, I would say.
Sharky said, the guy on the video said he's got footage of him at the training ground. Where is it? So this is a bit of a contentious subject, because people are thinking, well, you know, if you've got evidence, where is it? Like, you know, put it out to us and stuff. So you can't say too much about who it is or whatever, but you can go on record and say that he has got some form of evidence towards. He has got
form of evidence, yeah. Don't forget as well, he is. He does a lot for the foundation. This guy, let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Not surprised, says Jonah. He was spotted in Birmingham a few weeks back. Also, I have spotted a few people that have joined us on the Discord. We've got Myras, is that? I can't even friggin' see, but I'll get you involved in a minute. And Scott. And we've also got 123 as well, finally, just joined in, which is absolutely awesome. I'll mute you one at a time in just a second and get you involved. But yeah, I'm just going to go through your comments, because I know that you've really got involved tonight, and I want to make sure that I want to get your views, guys, basically. So I've got Sativa as well waiting, which is perfect. He should have hidden his camera, says Martin, but I think you've got to sort of go on record, haven't you, Sooty? I think otherwise then it comes across a little bit seedy. You know, he's fully aware that he was being filmed. He was told he was being filmed, and that's probably why he's been a bit careful about what he said. But at the same time, I mean, come on, if there's nothing to hide, then you could just say whatever, and I think that's the problem, isn't it? Ultimately, like, you've obviously got something to hide, which you definitely shouldn't when it comes to Jeff fucking Shi. Bodyguard with him, says North Street, yeah. What paper does he work for? I think it was more I think he was kind of saying that in terms of just saying, like, look, you know,
doesn't work for a paper.
No. But he was obviously trying to say something like, you know, you can tell me anything, sort of trying to get something out of him.
He doesn't work for a paper. It'd be no different to me going up to him asking him the question. I'm not a reporter. No. But I'm still entitled to ask a question.
Yeah.
As I keep saying, we don't live in downtown Shanghai.
Andrew said we need Fosun out. A couple of you guys saying we need Fosun out, which is obviously part of the discussion, really, and why we've made the live, really. We've made the emergency podcast, because I am categorically, and I always have been, but I hope a lot more people are now, I am Fosun out. I don't want these guys anywhere near my football club anymore. And if you're going to go on the record and lie, well, that just puts the final nail in the coffin for me, to be honest, because that was probably the one thing that was holding me to account of my words, was things were starting to look up a little bit. You know, we were starting to get a little bit of Nathan's start trying to sort of change, like turn the leaf a little bit. But if Jeff's still involved, then I'm sorry, that's completely and utterly ruined now. Important questions need answers, says Carl. Yeah, bunch of people talking. I'm just going to get someone involved now. North Street. I'm gonna unmute you, mate. I've known about you for such a bloody long time, and I don't think I've ever heard you speak. So, it'd be really, really interesting if you fancy getting some stuff off your chest, mate. I'm gonna unmute you now, mate. If you can as well, try to turn our stream down, or at least wear some headphones so we don't get any echo. That'd be great. North Street, how are we, mate?
Well, I like to say very well, but extremely bloody angry.
Yes,
but,
and so you should be.
Just to thank you guys for calling this out, because there's a lot of channels shit scared to say boo to Fowson. And I'm grateful that you've got the balls to call it.
Yeah.
Can I first say best wishes to the Wolves fan? That was hit on the head by I believe it was a bolt.
Oh, yes.
They tried to cover it up with some PR bloody rubbish. He was there full sitting there and all this bloody crap. But where do we go? I mean, it's the start of the end for Fowson.
Yeah.
You might laugh at that, but I firmly believe it is. Because, we've just been took, as Sutty says, a bloody past fools. All we ask for is the truth. Even if it's bad, we're going bankrupt or something like that, just tell us the truth and we can deal with it. But don't tell us everything's rosy in the garden when it's been bloody weed killed. I don't know whether all these companies are. Let's say Mike Astley was a bad owner, but my God, could he have been as bad as Fowson?
It's the distrust, isn't it? It's the distrust, and the consistent, going back on things that they've said and what have you. We've tried so hard, haven't we, North Street, to just try and get behind them, but they're sorry, carry on.
No, I just meant to say it isn't just Sutty who said years ago about this shit here. Sorry for the language, but
carry on.
There's Neil on the comments, Rebecca, and a stack of us. They've said for years that there's something going on here, and I can personally say we've been slagged off for our comments or bloody banned. But sorry, Wolves come first. I don't care what anyone says about me. I'll never stop loving Wolves, and it rips my heart out to see us like this. I don't expect us to be winning the Premiership every bloody year, but I expect fight and desire. And Fowson are like Dracula. They just drained us of our blood. And if he wasn't for fans like Sutty, he's had a lot bloody slag him off the poor chap, and he's bloody as honest as days long. But I know he doesn't care, but it pisses me off when on X and that, and I see people having a dig at him, and I think, God, he wants Wolves to be as successful as they can be.
Exactly.
At the moment, we're like the tip of Crown Street, full of bloody rubbish. But I honestly do believe it's the start of the end for these crooks. I suppose I shouldn't say this. Bloody hell, son, it's my personal opinion.
No, mate. I mean, everything you've said, I think everyone echoes it. You know what I mean? In one way or another, I think we're just a little bit more forespoken about it. But let's be honest with you, it's all gonna come to be. Even the happy clappers have got to admit where you're being categorically lied to. You can't get
That's right.
You can't
That's
get
right.
by, can you?
No. I mean, the Compton. I mean, they go on about Compton. I mean, it does look magnificent. And what are we told? Oh, we got eco plants. I mean, as if we give a toss about the bloody trees down there. It's the bloody players we want to know about. Not that the daffodils are looking good this week.
Yeah, just about making Academy Grade 1, by the way.
That's right, yes. I mean, we can't still losing. That's all we were, weren't we? The under 21.
We were very,
Wouldn't surprise me, but I'm grateful for Jeff for giving his office up. I'm sure it's sliding doors and that have all gone.
Mm.
You know, but I thought that chap did a good job. He just had his phone in front of him. It wasn't in Shi's face or anything.
Mm.
I mean, Shi looked as if someone had put bloody some garlic in front of him. You know.
Mm.
I mean,
what you've got to remember, though, mate, is it is not within their culture to be forced to say anything.
Yeah,
they're very, very secretive as a nation, and they're here. This isn't their motherland, obviously, but they're here, and they seem to think that the same rules apply here. Well, we're allowed to question anything these people do or say. We've got a right, as long as I always say it, as long as we do it in the right manner, you are allowed to ask any questions you like.
Yeah.
If you openly slag them off, he's got a right to not say anything to you.
Yes,
but that guy who asked him those questions wasn't abusive to him. He certainly wasn't racist or homophobic to him. He wasn't abusive, didn't know bad language.
He's really well spoken.
I know him,
spoken.
and he's not an aggressive person whatsoever.
No. But as you know, there's a difference between showing tourists around the six sisters in bloody Norway to the Molyneux on Waterloo Road. Mm. But I mean, it's an excellent PR man compared to his predecessor, without doubt. I mean, he'd sell bloody sand to the Arabs, you know. But you know, we just want answers, as Dan says earlier.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't think we're going to get the answers that we want. I don't think, to be honest, I don't think we're going to get any dialogue with them, because if they had anything about them, they would be having an emergency meeting now, an emergency board meeting, and they would have to say, how are we going to dig ourselves out of this?
Yeah.
I think their remit is say nothing, it'll go away.
That's right, yeah. Just like a good MP, you know, keep quiet. It'll be yesterday's news.
Mm.
Yep, exactly that.
You know, I mean, we'll persevere. I mean, in a democratic society, you'll always have some that'll disagree with people like me with my views, and I accept that. But if they can show me what Houghton or Dave Edwards, Rob Edwards is doing for it, always.
Good call. Good call.
Oh, thank you, my friend. God bless you both. Thank you.
No worries,
and
mate.
you, mate.
Finally got
All
to
the
hear
best.
from you. I'm really, really glad, mate. Yeah. Really, really glad. Thank you so much.
You don't sound as rough as old Harry, but I do apologise.
Oh, don't be sad.
Good call.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah, completely agree with him as always. I mean, I've only ever seen him his text, but I've always agreed with everything he's ever come up with, to be fair. So it's great to hear his voice finally. Who came up next? I believe Scott was next. So Scott, I'm going to unmute you, mate. Just make sure you've got the audio down on the stream, so we're not getting any echo, mate. That's the only thing, really. Headphones are probably better, but yeah, just let me know. You are unmuted, I believe, Scott. 2 seconds. Try now. Hello, mate. You're right.
Yeah, I've got headphones in with that. Yeah.
Good lad. Good lad.
Yeah, I'm all right, but you know, when you're seeing videos circulating, first things you've got to decide: is this a real thing? Yes, is this 100% completely isn't real? I'm absolutely outraged that you're not even your chairman will speak to you. obviously, as you said earlier, no one wants a camera in their face. That's number one. But don't just hide away. Then you're not any better than Jeff are at the end of the day. And I thought it was completely disgusting how we're being ignored again.
Yeah. What was your sort of thoughts? What was your sort of thoughts when you woke up to that news, Scott?
Anger. It's a personal.
Anger, yeah.
I've been taught in the day I was born, 100%, and to wake up to news that now an owner won't even speak to you. Well, it gets on your nerves. Where in what world do you think you have authority to not answer to the fans that have made your club what you are? And who do you think you are as a company? You should never have been allowed in Wolverhampton. Go back to China and shut the fuck up. It's very simple.
Well, to be fair, mate, they've come here, and for the first few years, like we always say, like thank you for the first few years and what have you. But we noticed a downwards trajectory for quite a while, and now it's just got to a point now, Scott, where I mean we're not surprised as such, but come on, man, like it doesn't feel like they can read a room, does it, Sutty?
No, as I said, it's a very secretive culture within this football club, and I do believe I might be shot down here again. I do believe there's an element of it running. The football club runs on a little bit of fear. If you don't like it, you can leave type scenario. Yeah, because they're not going to change their way. As I say, I've always said, years 2, 3, 4. I will always thank them for years 2, 3, 4. But the rest, since 2, 3, 4, I will question, and I will keep questioning, and I'll ask the hard questions. They can ban me if they want. I'm not bothered. I've always said that if you ban me from this football club for 48 years, I'll still go home and away, and I'll stand outside with them flags as long as you're in charge.
Yeah.
I will be there after they've gone. I'm not saying I'm the greatest Wolves supporter in the world, but my loyalty only lies with one football club, and I'll follow them home and away whether I can get in or not. And I'll ask.
It'd be nice if you weren't there. That's all I'm trying to say. Can we have some truth as well? Because
well, see, truth's important, Scott, mate. Like that's all we've asked for from day one, but we felt like we were getting it at one point. We felt like like I said earlier, they were turning a bit of a new leaf. But going back and saying that, you know, Jeff's still around, it's just unacceptable. It's just completely unacceptable. I get into if he's around to some capacity, you know, through the whole pseudo thing, because let's be honest, that's gone in a few years anyway. But at the same time, he should be nowhere near, you know, his old office and what have you. He should be doing it from the office that we were told he was at in London.
If you wanted to know how the club is doing, you can see. You can send a message to Nathan. You don't need to come all the way. Come back. Or even if you left in the first time.
Yeah.
Come and see what you did.
Yeah, Scott.
You just come in, and it feels like we're just talking to a brick wall now. And I'm getting really sick of it.
I hope everyone is, mate, to be honest, because I feel like the next protest, like Sooty said, is going to be a big one.
I can't go home and away because I can't get tickets and that. But what I will do is I will support anyone that wants to go to these protests. I support all the fan groups. Just as you're saying, I will support any way I can from where I am.
Yes.
I will use for the fans to help them at all, and because we have the most important voice, and without us, what will be? There won't be anything.
Exactly, mate. Well said, mate. Well said. I'm going to have to go to our next call, mate, because we've got quite a few coming on tonight. All right, bud. But we'll get you on. We'll get you on again. All right. Thanks very much, Scott.
Right.
Cheers, mate. Micah. or Mika. Not sure whether to pronounce your name. Sorry if I've
It's
got
Micah.
it wrong.
You're good,
Micah.
man.
Micah.
Yeah, Micah, how you
Is
doing?
Mike coming through well?
Yes, very good.
Yeah.
Very good, yes.
Um,
Your thoughts on everything that's transpired today?
Yeah, I'll give you a bit of a different perspective because I live in the south of the United States. I'm very much a Wolves fan only because somebody cursed me with a scarf when I was 7 getting into the sport,
Unlucky.
and I've stuck with it ever since. It's been excellent.
Yeah.
But it's just, man, looking at the way that we're doing ownership, that we're doing actually lack of ownership, there's just no coherence to what they're doing outside of not communicating. And it just doesn't work. Like it's clearly not worked for some time now, but it makes money. And Fosun have shown over and over and over again, as long as they have been with the club, that unless something they do is poised to make them more money in the future, we're not going to get any sort of investment that can actually help the club succeed, do anything that is going to move us forward. And so from my perspective, as somebody that's watched since, since we had televised games here in the US, it's which is about a decade now. It's just like you're not seeing that investment after that first lightning in a bottle bit with, buying the club, getting us promoted, Jorge Mendes making the super signings. You're not seeing any of that. And then what we've come out with today is just, it's almost, I wouldn't say it's a culmination, but I read that headline at probably 8 a.m. this morning, and I was just like, that's great. I'm not surprised. Why am I not surprised by any of this shit? Like at all.
Yeah.
It's making a joke of every single fan that pays hard money. I mean, I've obviously living in Alabama. I haven't had a chance to go to a game, and I feel bad for the people that do. I feel bad for the people that pay a season ticket because I'm seeing the shit I see on TV, and I still watch it. I still take time out of my week to get up early because of the time difference to watch. And the only time I've ever considered, I've seen some of the, shittiest days that we've had. Only time I've ever considered not watching a game, not tuning in, not taking time out of my week has been to say, will this make Fosun suffer, and will this cause any meaningful change? If me across the ocean can actually not tune in, whatever. And it's just like that should tell you at least where we're at. If you have people that are just like, wow, that's not normal. That's not a normal statement for a fan to make, to say, yeah, I want to hurt ownership as best I can. We shouldn't be having to say that. Truly,
no. Especially the thing is, like you're across the seas, and even you're like noticing the disconnect with this ownership. I mean, we can see it because obviously we're going to the ground and we're seeing it and what have you. But it's surfacing everywhere now, and the cracks of it's not even just cracks that are showing now. Is it, Sooty? It's complete chasms, and it's getting to.
Like I say, we've got almost. I did hear on another podcast somebody the other day saying that we're on the brink of a civil war within this club between the fan base. And the more I look at it, what I witnessed yesterday, you have got two factions within this football club now. You're either with or you're against. And like I say, this time last year, the with far outweighed the against. But now, 1 year on, I'm pretty sure it's a 50-50 split. What I heard on the South Bank yesterday towards Fosun and towards Rob Edwards, I actually, we're talking about him, but I think he's. So I think. So I think we're on the brink of almost a civil war between fans here.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what it takes to get them out.
Yeah.
I mean, short-term pain for long-term actual.
Well, you've got to fight. You've got to fight the greater fight, unfortunately, and sometimes you'll get wounded doing it. But you've got to stand up, and you've got to fight against a dictator. Whilst a dictator will win every single time. If you're too passive, they will beat you and downtread you every single time. Well, we don't believe in dictatorships over here. They might do in China, but we certainly don't here. No. And unfortunately, I think they may well have bitten off a little bit more than they can chew.
Agreed. Yeah. Thanks for your call, Micah.
Yeah, appreciate you doing what you do.
We'll get you back on again, mate, when you when you fancy it.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Thank you, Micah.
Keep killing it. Keep speaking the truth. I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you as
Thank
well,
you,
mate. See you later. Legend. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's true though, isn't it? Because the more and more the Premier League goes on, it is getting to a point now where, you know, these fans from across the seas, you know, they're getting involved. They're becoming extremely hardcore fans. You know what I mean? Like, and the fact that they're seeing the collide of what's going on with the owners, mate. That's mad, isn't it? Really, to be fair.
Yeah.
That says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Think I've got Dapper next, so I'm gonna unmute you, mate, and feel free to get your point across on what the hell was going on this morning, Dapper.
Well, guys, after 6 years, the people on this show knew this was coming. Absolutely knew it was coming, guys. Oh, when you go back to when they said lies, we had 10,000, maybe 11,000 season ticket waiting to come in. Now that sentence means scaremongering to me. When you look back, is that you better hold on to your season ticket because there's people after your season ticket. So that's scaremongering. And then a couple of years later, that prick puts the season tickets up, not just to the normal fans, to everybody, even the kids, until he was told off. So that if you are an investment company and you see the bigger picture, if you build Molineux more to cater for these 10, 11,000 people, doesn't that mean more season tickets, more shirt sales, more burger sales? They're full of shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely full of shit, guys. So what them doing there, you better hold on to your season ticket because there's people after your ticket. We're going big and hard. After 3 or 4 years, we believe them.
No.
And then what I'm trying to, there's so many things we're angry with. It's not just one part of the club we're angry with. Let's just take the ground. It's falling apart. There's millions of things every Wolves fans can moan about. Now, when they said he had gone, guys, they bought a club med director in who knows nothing about football. Nobody outside of the Fosun group who knows a lot of football. Nobody. They bought club med. So he's just a face at the minute, and we're all thinking, oh, great, we're going to move forward for the championship. So what I'm trying to say, what I said on the Discord, guys, why did Nate come out the same time as the fans yesterday? Because Nate, Jeff doesn't want him there because he knows nothing about football. He's just a face just to make the happy clap and think that we're going to move forward, boys.
So what was your sort of overall thoughts on hearing, you know, the questions being asked to Nathan and his reactions?
Disgusting. Even when he approached him, he looked down at his feet. He never made eye contact with the lad. He asked him who you are, a reporter. That was it. He could have spent 30 seconds with that lad quick, but because he knows nothing about football or anything going on about the football club, because he's just a yes man, just like every last two managers. He couldn't, because remember, when they do these meetings, then prompt.
Yeah.
He was on
PR teams, mate. PR, fucking really good.
This is 20 questions these lads are going to ask you in the meeting. Be prepared. But when he was collared like that, he had nothing to say because he don't know. He does not know. He's just a yes man. And I do truly believe he's still probably a director of Club Med and doing his work at Molineux on his laptop for that company.
It's a simple question as well, though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, you can either go two ways about it. You answer it honestly, Yeah, he's around at the moment because, you know, I don't know if you know this, but, you know, he's a big part of Sudo and he's a big part of this, that and the other. And, you know, he's still around because he's trying to elaborate on something to do with that or whatever. Do you know what I mean? But the fact that he didn't say anything, that just fuels the fire. And I know everyone's going to say, well, if it's a camera coming to my face, I wouldn't say anything either. But you're not a fucking guy that's in charge of something that you're extremely, you know, you give a shit about. Do you know what I mean? Like, you give answers because you've got the answers. And we need to hear the answers because at the end of the day, what we're seeing on the pitch is absolutely shite. It's absolutely shit. But we need to know what's going on in the future. And the future is the ownership and the manager. And both of those two things at the moment, no one has confidence in. So this guy is literally... Everyone's saying like he you know, they disagree with what he's done. Mate, bravo to him. Because everyone would have wanted to do the same thing. You telling me, right, he come past that bus stop, didn't he? You telling me you're not waiting for the bus as a Wolves fan? You're telling me not just a little bit in your brain goes, could ask him a couple of questions here. You're telling me that wouldn't enter your mind. Do you know what I mean? Curiosity at the end of the day. And I think if it had been me, I'd have taken that the exact same way, right, as he did. And I'd have just gone, look, we need to know what's going on at the end of the day. Like, you can either say no comment and we'll talk about it at the forum, or you can do what you've done, which is arguably so much worse, Gaffer.
It's true, mate. It's absolutely true. But it makes me think now, the long game for these, have they bought him in from Club Med because they're ready to sell? And then they've just bought him in to calm the fire down, and they are up for sale, but they're looking for a sale. They don't care about the club. Obviously, buying a football club takes time. Are they doing this, guys? In the background, couldn't give two shits about the fans. The stadium's falling apart. They bought a Club Med in. They haven't bought football people in ready for the future. Or they just sitting there waiting for this club or a buyer to come along.
Yeah. Listen, Dapper, thanks very much, mate.
How I feel,
Good call, Dapper.
Legend, man.
If you're going to really invest, you would start from day one. So why is the director of football leaving the same time as the fans? Couldn't they be round a table now about the future, having hours and hours of discussions?
Yeah, you're right, mate.
He's gone in his car because he's not part of the Wolves. He knows nothing about football. Jeff Shi or whatever said, get on your way, mate. Go and do your Club Med stuff on your computer.
Yeah,
That's how I feel.
I think you're right. I've never thought about that angle, really. The fact that he'd left at a different time. It's very, very true, actually.
Yeah, you think, if you are planning and you're going to punch your way out that division and you're leaving the same time as the fans, 4:45 or 5 o'clock, isn't there loads of discussions and contacts to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said on the previous one, to get a successful football team, you need lots of bodies, lots and lots. People you'll probably never see at Wolves, but they've got a lot to do for us. And he's gone at 4:45, 5 o'clock in his car. I would have, if I was that lad who sooty nose, I would have jumped in the back seat with him. I would have said, hang on a minute. You better stop here, guys. I've got a million questions here.
Yeah.
You know nothing about football, and I do believe them gearing up to sell this club.
I think you're right, mate, to be honest. I think you're fucking right. Hi, Dan. I haven't seen the video. What questions were asked of Nathan Shi? I'll show you the video again at the end if I've got time, mate. I've got quite a few people waiting in the green room, though. Dapper,
let somebody else have a rant and rave.
Absolutely, mate. Appreciate you as always, mate.
You too, mate.
Thanks, Sooty. See you guys. Thanks for your time, guys. Thank you.
See you later, mate.
All right, mate.
Okay, I think next was Dazzler. Let's get Dazzler.
Yeah, I think so.
Gonna unmute you, mate. Just make sure, as always, you're basically wearing headphones. Is probably the best way to do it. Dazzler, mate, how are you doing?
Not too bad. How are you doing, Dan? How are you doing, Sussy?
Very well, mate. How are you?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad.
Good lad.
Well, apart from the shit show that's going on now.
Well, that's it, eh?
What can I say? They took us for cunts, mate.
Yeah.
They've literally took us for cunts.
Yeah,
They have.
They have.
What was
They
your
have.
what was your
All
what was
the
your
promises,
thoughts?
what was it? What did they say?
Yeah, go on.
Did they say we'll be competing for the Premier League? We'll be competing for Champions League? Where's that gone?
Yeah.
Oh, that went a long time ago, didn't it, kid?
Yeah. That's
The
it.
remit on this football club changed massively just after COVID, and they decided they were going to sell to buy all the time. But the trouble is, again, to sell to buy, you have to have the correct people in place, i.e. like Brentford do, like Brighton do, like Bournemouth do. And as soon as you sell somebody, you've got to have that bloke lined up.
Yeah, but you look what they've replaced them with.
Shit.
We've had absolute dross.
Yeah.
Dross. Absolute dross.
This side at the moment, I'm
This side would struggle against Milton Town.
This side would be relegated from the Championship with their mindset, their application,
The
and
manager.
their creativity. We
I would be
wouldn't.
very surprised if we don't do the double bounce.
I don't think anyone
Oh,
would
we
be
wouldn't.
that shocked. Would anyone be
No.
shocked? Like
I
honestly,
wouldn't, no, I wouldn't.
the trajectory
Right.
that we've been on, it
He's
would
been
say
there.
that, wouldn't
I've
it?
been there. I remember being back in Division 4,
Yeah,
And I do.
right?
yeah.
How bad we were before.
Yeah.
But this is embarrassing. This has got to the point where it's embarrassing. We were 10 years ahead of Villa. Now we're at least 10 to 15 years behind.
And that was only 5 years ago.
Exactly.
Dazzler,
5 years ago, we were a good 10 years in front of the Villa. 5 years on, we're a minimum of 10 years behind them. And there's only one way you can do that, and that is through a corporate decline on a huge, huge scale that's just unimaginable, really. Now, what is the remit in that? Why would you want your business to fail in such a huge way?
You're a
It's
business,
serious.
I say. You're a joiner. Would you want that happen to your business?
Well, no, I'll be fucked, wouldn't I? I'll be,
Yeah,
it'd
exactly.
be gone.
But
It'd be gone. So when I get, I'm giving you it in simple terms here. So if I'm going to invest, if my nearest competitor has bought a new tool and it costs £1,000, and he's got the same skill set with his hands as I have, but that new tool puts him on that tier above me, guess what I've got to do? I've got to look at the next best tool that costs £2,000 because he's got the same skill set as me, but it's the tools that are going to make the difference now. I then have to go and spend more than he has. And that is how you become successful.
Exactly.
We don't do that. We get our £1,000 tools, we sell it for 2,000, and then what we do is we go and buy something for 200 quid.
Or we go and shop at fucking Screwfix or fucking Tool Station and buy something for 100 quid.
Absolutely, one of their own branded makes. And it just, unfortunately, they've been lucky because the three teams that come up over the last, I don't know, 5, 6 years.
3 or 4 years.
They've all been shit. Wow.
But now,
That
this
remit's
season,
caught
they
up with
haven't
them.
been.
No.
This season, they've been competitive like we were when we first went up.
Yeah,
Everybody used to be scared to play against us. Everybody. I live in Telford, and when we came up and we got to the Europa League, you could see all the kids around here wearing Wolf shirts. Everybody was wearing Wolf shirts. Now, guess what? They don't wear Wolf shirts.
No.
They wear Villa shirts, or they wear Man City shirts, or they wear Liverpool shirts, Man United shirts. Because nobody wants to wear this Wolf shirt. Why? Because it's fucking embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. You are absolutely spot on. There's nothing, I can't pull you up on anything solely because you've got the same mindset as I have. But I cannot disagree with anything you've said. Not one thing.
It's gone. So say we've been there. We've been there with the Batty brothers.
Yeah.
In the south, do you remember the home games when they used to move you around the map? Move you around the ground at the home games. You'd be the North Bank one week, South Bank the next. You'd have the fucking away fans with a bit of fucking chicken wire between you in the South Bank. Right? And there was virtually nobody there. And we still turned up.
Yeah.
right? We still turned up because we love this club. And what have they done to us? They don't give a fuck. They literally don't give a fuck at all. Whereas
They don't give a fuck about anything.
And they forget without the fans, the club is fuck all.
Correct.
Lose the fans, where's the club?
Correct.
The most important thing to any football club is its fans.
Yeah.
Lose us, they've got fuck all, mate.
Agreed.
That's what pisses me off.
There was 23,000 there yesterday, no more. They're leaving in the road.
If it was that, mate.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm being conservative there.
My lads are saying, "Oh, I want to get a season ticket next year." Oh, we won't get one. I said, "You will, mate. Don't worry. You've got a fucking season ticket next." Easy.
Oh, yeah,
because
easy,
nobody
mate.
will want to fucking go.
They'll be giving them away with the
the
fucking Sudo merch, mate, and that won't fucking fly off the shelves anytime soon. Now they know Jeff. It's going in Jeff's fucking pocket. Christ.
No, man. No, but no. Honestly, just to learn that they've lied to us again, which doesn't surprise me because they're Chinese. They keep everything close to their chest. They're not the most honest people. The only thing that did surprise me when Sutty did his protest outside the ground, that they didn't bring the tanks in to try and mow them down.
Well, they fucking shut the curtains. That was the next best thing, wasn't it?
Exactly. Because if they could have gone away with it, they would have done it.
Oh, Jesus
They've got
Christ.
no respect for us whatsoever. They've treated us like mugs.
Dazzler.
They mugged us off all the way.
Dazzler.
Yes, they gave us 2 or 3 good years.
Yeah.
And ever since then, they've just mugged us off.
You can't keep harping back to years 2, 3, and 4. See, this is my sole argument.
That's the only argument. That's the only argument they've got, though, isn't it? The happy clappers. It's like, well, look at what they give us.
There's somebody online called Gary Gonzalez, and every time he comes on, he has to go Carl White, has to go other people about. He gets Fawcett out, blah blah, and he goes, "Oh well, if it wasn't for Fawcett, hold on, mate. They promised us a new fucking stadium.
Yeah.
They promised us this. They promised us that."
It's not like we've won anything with them, is he? Do you know what I mean?
Do you work for Fawcett or something? Do you work for Fawcett, right? And he makes threatening fucking things. And I've said to him before, oh, mate, I'm not hard. I'll meet you outside the Molyneux anytime, and I'll give you a fucking good hiding.
A lot of them fucking need it, mate. To be honest, just
Mate,
to get a bit of sense in their heads.
It's the happy clappers are just pissing me off at the minute because it's getting to the point where, honestly, it is fucking embarrassing. We've been stood at the bottom of the table since the beginning of the season.
The first ever club to do, though.
Exactly. Again, we broke another record. Fucking brilliant. At least we beat Vill's record before we gone down. This is fucking embarrassing. This is totally embarrassing, mate.
Dazzler, I love the passion, mate. Absolutely love the passion.
Thanks,
we'll get you on again, yeah.
Best, mate. All the best. Thank you very much, Dan. Thank you very much, Sutty. Nice to see you.
And you,
Keep up
mate.
the practice, Sutty. Get the flags out again.
See you later,
Thanks,
brother.
sir.
See you later.
Yeah.
What a legend, man. Well spoken. Love the passion.
Great call.
Rebecca, I think you're next, mate. Always love to hear from Rebecca. Let's get everyone muted. Rebecca, how are we? Stupid question, but there it is. Rebecca? You there?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. Yes. Can
Did
now.
you just hear the Liquidator playing in the background?
I could.
Yes.
Now you say that, yes, I bloody could, yes.
Well, we need to hear more of it, if you ask me.
Oh, mate.
Well, I'm only calling because, you know, I support you all strongly and always have. But to be honest with you, to be away for 18 years watching the club from afar, and then you think, oh, coming back to England and I can go and see my team again and watch them play. And then you've got all this going on. It's just a disgrace. They've just laughed it in our faces and lied to us. And there's 2 things I hate, and that's lying and creeps. I can't stand either one of them. And they've lied, and they just creep around people. And it's just abysmal what they're doing to fans. They're just wiping our club, wiping the club out totally. I remember going back to when Sutty went to the fan channel meeting, and I asked questions after that meeting. And the question I asked was, when they came up with all these ideas of what they were going to do, etc., etc., have you given them a timeline? And there was no timeline given. So therefore, well, they can do it when they feel like doing it. And the other thing is as well, in the meeting, when they said, oh, well, that wasn't on my watch. That was somebody before me that did that. Okay. So you don't know anything that's going on in the club, Matt Jackson or Nathan Shi. You just carrying on with blindfolded, I'm afraid. So as far as I can see, anything that they say, I just cannot believe until I see actions behind it. Because all they've done is given us cheaper seats, which doesn't affect them because they've made the money over the last couple of years with the high pricing that they've had.
And they'll receive the parachute as well.
Yeah, exactly. And also, they have basically just taken us for a ride constantly. They've blindsided us. Here you go. Here's your fan forum. What they're going to say in the fan forum? What we want to hear. But where's the actions? Nothing about a stadium that's falling to pieces. Nothing about a squad that's absolutely crap. And there we go. And then there's the manager. And he's as rubbish as a squad, if not worse. You know, it's just from top to bottom, rubbish. It needs an overhaul completely. And then Nathan Shi can't even answer a question from a guy, to be honest. You say he's aggressive. He's actually very polite.
Yeah, mate, when I watched it, there was none of me that went, bloody hell, he's got to calm down a bit there, hasn't he? Fucking hell. And then, you know what's funny? You know what's funny, though? I've just thought about this, guys. Isn't it funny how because it's Nathan Shi and these Fosun-ins don't want to be proven wrong, isn't it funny when they're doing it to fucking Jose Sarr and Jose Sarr's giving them the answers they actually want to fucking hear, then they're saying that the people that have got a fucking camera in his face and being aggressive is actually a good thing. But when it doesn't suit them, oh, nah, because I've said Fosun-in for a good while now and I don't want to look like a twat, do you know what I mean? That's all it is now. It's all just saving face, and I'm sorry, you see it as it is, don't you, Rebecca? It wasn't aggressive.
Yeah, you do.
For fuck's sake.
It wasn't. It was polite. He was lucky he didn't meet Sutty on the side of the road, I tell you, because it would have been.
Well, he's already
already
met me in person. So
yeah, but
he'll tell you now, in a meeting, I was far more robust than what the guy was who did ask the question.
Yeah, but, I mean, and then you hear, I mean, I've heard today, yeah, but you see, Jeff Shi's at Compton and at Molineux because a takeover can take up to 4 to 6 months. Right then. But we were told he wouldn't touch ground. So why doesn't Nathan Shi get in his lovely car and drive down to London where Jeff supposedly is?
Yeah, where the
and
fuck's
do the
that,
handover?
Then? Where's that London office that we said that
yeah, exactly. It's just crap. And then you hear, well, no, I wouldn't have spoken either because he's been hijacked. Who's hijacked who here? What, did he take him put him in a car and drove off? I don't think so.
If that's what I mean.
He's politely been asked a question. Answer the question.
He didn't stop him from fucking leaving, did he? Do you know what I mean?
No.
He didn't stop him from getting in the car. He didn't say, you know, you've got to answer the question or I'm posting it on. There was no threat. There was no antagonising behaviour whatsoever. And that's what I said earlier. Were these same people absolutely saying that, you know, when it was done to Sarr, it was a great thing to hear from Sarr, to hear some truth. I guarantee you're right. If Nathan had turned round and he wasn't sheepish and he did say everything that we needed to hear, none of them fuckers then would say anything. That it's only because he said fuck all and it's caused an uproar. Thing is, people, honestly, I've had people message me, right? Trolls, and they've gone, I bet you're happy now, aren't you? because now you've got something else to moan about. Do you really fucking think I want to spend all fucking weekend talking about this shit? I want to see my club doing the right fucking things. Is it my fault that they're not? Is that my fault? And I'll tell you what, these people moaning about fucking podcasts, you make a podcast then. If you're so fucking high and mighty, you make a podcast and we'll see how you get on. Sorry, Rebecca.
No, you're totally right in what you say. I mean, like I said, you come back after being 18 years away to watch your team, and now you feel like not even going to watch them because it's a disgrace.
Mate, I physically, I've literally got rid of my season ticket because I just didn't want to keep fleecing the fucking pockets of these twats.
You know.
And I can't, honestly.
And the sons go, Mum, can I have a Wolf shirt? Well, no, actually, I don't feel like buying you a Wolf shirt.
Nah, just get the charity one next year, mate. Get the charity one.
Yeah, I'll just get the 150th anniversary one because why would I put money in the pockets of them?
Well, Jeff, by the way. Them is Jeff.
Yeah,
because he's the director of
Jeff,
it.
Mr. Jeff. I'd love to meet him, I would tell you. I'd love to meet him in Wolverhampton, have a chat with him, I would.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you, guys, as usual.
No worries, Rebecca.
I know you would,
Thanks,
mate.
Rebecca.
Legend as always,
All right,
mate.
take care.
All right, take
Bye.
it easy. See you later. Who was next?
Aaron, I think.
Aaron? Where's Aaron? Aaron. Lovely. I'm going to unmute you, Aaron. Make sure, headphones, basically, mate. Or at least turn the stream down so we can't get any echo. Aaron, you are live, mate. Are you there?
Yes, right.
How are we, mate? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay, mate, yeah.
Despite the shit show.
Yeah, I know. The lie is unbelievable, Ed. It's happened. It's happened more than once. It's happened quite a few times. And it's getting to the point now where I think everybody's believing that they are sort of like, how can I put it? That there's nothing to build on, is that?
No.
No.
No trust. It's gone.
Mm.
It had been there for ages, but you still get certain fans go against you.
Mm.
There's certain fans that just sort of want to back them to the death. Surely now that what's happened and all this in the last sort of like few months, surely to God, they've got to go in there.
Yeah. Yeah, mate.
Do you know what I mean? You get that bitter, you get twisted up with it. So I've been going down the Wolves 45 years. I've never known nothing like this.
No.
Never ever.
Aaron, it's like a fucking soap opera, right? Every time you go on your social media, you think, what else can they get? What else can they do next? And then you're absolutely shocked by all this shit now.
Sutty, how do you feel about them just lying like that in that meeting?
I'll be quite honest with you, Aaron. Obviously, we know each other. I'm gutted. I put myself up for that meeting because I was very passionate about that, being right at the forefront of protests, and we had them on the cusp there, and obviously Jeff went. I thought this is a start, and I'm gutted and annoyed at myself. I gave him a little bit of leeway, and I'll never ever do it again, never, because I feel like I've been lied to, and I know for a fact I've had a 6-7 hour journey today up to Leeds and back, and my phone has not stopped. It has been constant with messages. I'm telling you now, there are a huge amount of people that want some major action here. And by major action, I'm boycotting games completely, but standing on the Waterloo Road. It's at a weekend. It'll be a whole new dimension to a Monday night, because obviously Monday nights people have to go to work in the day. They rush to get to the game. What have you? And we're all in the thing now where we feel like we've been lied at that went to that meeting. So I'm gutted, mate, to be honest.
I feel like I think the lies is the lowest form. You can't get no word from that, can you? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you can't get no word. What I'm saying is, you're in there, you've spent years and years and years watching the wall. We was in the 4th division, no problem at all. I'd go week in, week out, home and away, no problem at all. But you knew where you stood.
Yeah.
Now, it's nothing like that now.
The thing is, Aaron, when we were in the 4th division and when we were plummeting like a stone into the abyss in the sea, we knew we had nothing, mate. But what we had is we had each other, and we had a guy come in, Graham Turner, bought a couple of players, Bull and Thompson, and we bought into it. We knew we hadn't got loads of money, but we had each other. We ain't got that now.
No. They've caused that. They've caused that, by the way. We're not fucking
I'm
stupid.
getting a bit of feedback with somebody, mate. I can't hear what nobody's saying.
Feedback.
Oh, yeah. Hold on, then.
It's on Dazzler's.
Yeah, I think it is, mate, yeah.
Oh, is it?
Dazzler.
Dazzler's muted. I think it might be just. I think it might just be Aaron. Can you turn the stream down, or turn whatever you can hear us down on? That's cool. And then I think it's just echoing from your end, my mate.
Right, okay.
That's all right. Don't worry.
Yeah. I mean, all I'm going on about is the lies tonight. You know what I mean? Enough's enough, eh, lads? I mean, you can't support a football club. I'll support them till the day I die, but under this regime, and that's what I will call it, this isn't normal. This isn't the way that you nurture a football club.
No.
You don't do it like that.
No.
This is something else. This is something we've never known. Hence, going back to the 4th division, what I'm saying is we've never known this in football.
Yeah.
To me, it's not football. It's like a bad dream, mate.
It is, yeah.
When you think it can't get any worse, it gets worse.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say, lads. I'm totally gutted. I'll be honest.
We all are, mate.
You feel like, you know what I mean? You feel like you've been bloody. Oh.
You know what it's like? You know what it's felt like this morning? It's felt like I've woke up and, I fell out with someone, like a mate or a girl or whatever. And we've got back together, or in this friendship's back together, and it's slowly been rebuilding. And then I've found out that they've been lying this whole time.
Yeah.
That's literally how I felt this morning. I was like,
yeah,
what the actual fuck are you doing? Like,
yeah,
you're the one that opened up dialogue. You didn't have to say what you've said. You've said it full of a room of people that have gone on account and put it over on social media, so that's there now. Just do the fucking simple things and just be honest. That's all we want, honesty. If Jeff is still there, tell us why. Why is Jeff still there?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they can't do it.
On that, can you?
No.
Let's take it down to the basics. You can't build a football club successfully on lies. It's impossible.
That's correct.
But it's the same with everything, though, isn't it? It's like the manager. Like, do we want to start a season with a manager that's won, what, 3 games? 2 games?
Yeah.
I fucking don't even know anymore. I'll probably give him
too much
credit.
You don't know what he's doing. He's out of his depth. 100% out of his depth.
His position's untenable now because there was so many chants for him to F off of that yesterday. He can't survive that.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway, thanks very much, Aaron.
Anyway, lads, look,
Cheers, Aaron.
you know, but
Speak to you soon, mate.
yeah, no worries. No worries.
Appreciate you,
All the
bud.
best.
See you later.
All
See you
the
later.
best.
All right, mate.
It's so shit hearing
Dan,
people.
Dan.
Yeah.
Can we remove Dazzler off this list of people? Because I think that's your feedback.
Yeah, 2 seconds, what mate. Try that.
That's it.
Is that better? Yeah.
The pink one was next, 753-200.
Cool. Let's get him on. 753-200. We're gonna unmute you now, mate. As always, just make sure you've got headphones or you've got the stream at a low volume. You are unmuted, mate.
You're right, guys. Thanks, Sutty. My name's Dean, yeah, and
how's it going, Dean, mate? You right?
I've got to say they piss me right off, yeah. And what pisses me off even more is that our fan base is still, half of them are still nice towards them, and it pisses me off where every single fan should detest that people who own our club to the point where they don't even want to turn up at the ground and they feel we must sell the club. And I can't understand why these people go to our ground and they're saying to me, oh, but we should be thankful for these owners. What planet are they living on? Every fan should hate Fosun, and every single fan should say, get out of our club now.
Absolutely,
sorry, guys,
mate.
I'm really pissed off. I've been going down that club since the 80s, and this is the worst it's ever been in my life.
Dean, I agree with you, Dean. Look, as I've just said on that one when Aaron was on before you, in the 80s, we tumbled like a stone, didn't we? You'll remember. We tumbled, we had nothing, we had absolutely fuck all. But what we had a united fan base that when we were in the lowest ebbs of it, nearly going out of business in the fourth division.
Come together, Sutty.
Pardon?
Everyone came together. They were united.
Absolutely. That is it. Now, we might have only had 3,000-4,000 at Molineux at times, but we were all on the same page. These fuckers, let me tell you now, I'll say it again, divide and rule. You divide the people and you will always rule. Now, these people have got to get on board with this because this ain't getting no better. And it's no fucking good crying when we tumble again. Because
that's my fear, Sutty, because it's not going to take this transfer window, wave a magic wand, and we're going to have some magnificent team in the Championship.
No.
It's not going to happen, mate. Wolves fans, a lot of them are thinking, yeah, give Rob Edwards a load of money, wave his magic wand, and we're going to be Championship bloody fantastic.
No.
It's not going to happen, mate.
No.
Sorry to say it, I wish it would happen, but it's like the guy said previously, it's like a nightmare that's just getting worse and worse and worse until Fosun get out of our club.
Yeah, nothing. Look, I would come on here next year if we've won that league absolutely comprehensively. We've smashed them. You know, as they said, we're going to punch our way back up into this Premier League in 18 months. So that means this time next year we're champions, basically, or we've gone up automatically, right? If that happens, I promise every single viewer on here that I will be the first person to say, got this wrong. Right, I got this wrong. But I'm pretty sure that after the last 5 years of what I've been moaning about and going on about, that I have actually got this spot on. And I'll stick by my word until I'm proved wrong. Now, they haven't proved anything to me as yet. And it's took them 12 weeks from that meeting where they promised us this, that, and the other to basically fuck it all up because the trust has gone.
Yeah, but the thing is, Sutty, it's like, you know, when you got a child, yeah, and you tell them something, their ears want to believe what you're telling them, yeah? And that's a lot about our fan base. They say shit, and it's like, yes, we'll believe anything you say. They're just full of shit. And that's the end of it. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, even going the match on Saturday, I take my 11-year-old son, right? He's more passionate and got more aggression than half the fans in that stadium now. that is bringing from success in the Premier League, where the diehards and people I used to go to the footy with would not put up with this crap. They would not be going, oh, this Fosun and nice people. It would be horrible.
No. I've been in that ground like you have, Dean, and many of these people on there. When that turns, it is vile. It's a horrible place. But it only turns when all the people are on board and all singing off the same hymn sheet. And when it goes, it is untenable for if you're the owner, if you're the manager, if they turn on you en masse, you're finished. Now, like this time last year, I think we were probably on about 30% that didn't rate this owner. Well, I think it's rapidly almost nearing doubling that now. So, look, you're always going to get people that don't want to rock the boat.
It's still in favour of Fosun, Sutty. Why do they still get brainwashed in believing that these owners are right for our club?
Because the demographic of your support base now, I'm going to hark back to the late 80s when I was a young lad, 16, 17, and it was probably the safe haven for every young lad. There weren't very many women there, was there? Let's be honest.
No,
and
the working class.
It was our game. Now it's changed. I'll go back to something so simple. The easiest fucking tap-in that this chairman could have ever made was to bring back the liquidator. 91% out of 2,000 people surveyed wanted it back. And some stupid fucker on that board has got into their ear, and might I add, some people on the fan advisory board that were at the meeting, two of which I believe said, no, I don't think it's right. We're trying to become a family club. Now, if you want to become a family club, that's fine. But the demographic of Wolverhampton, it is, and I'm not knocking anybody that lives in Wolverhampton. I love the place. I go there every fucking week, don't I? But the demographic of it is that it is a earthy, working class city. We're not posh. We're not proper. We're normal working class people.
Yeah. Can I say something? It's like a lot of these other YouTubers, they're like they come from the public school sector, Oh, let's be polite, let's be nice, and at least with you and Dan, you say it how it is, right? And I love that, because these other YouTubers, it's like they're afraid to say anything nasty about Fosun. What is wrong with these other people? It's like Ellen Road, They haven't lost that intimidation and that nastiness of going to Ellen Road, and that's what's lost at the Molineux at the moment.
Nobody used to like coming to Molineux. It was feared, Molineux. But unfortunately, it's become soft. It's not an intimidating place anymore. There's not any. And like I said last week, on the podcast, football has always been tribal. Whether you like that or not, football is a tribal game. The most important club to Wolverhampton Wanderers, other than Wolverhampton Wanderers, whether you like me saying this or not, is West Bromwich Albion. And the most important club to West Bromwich Albion is Wolverhampton Wanderers. Because without that rivalry, you might as well turn the fucking electric off to the turnstiles and all fuck off, because that's what we live for, rivalry. They sing shit about us and we sing it back about them. They're our rivals. Without them, we're fucked, and without us, they're fucked. Same with Villa, same with Blues, all of these different rivalries. If you take away all rivalry in football, do you know what you're going to be left with? You're going to be left with blokes in shirt and ties, all sat in nice padded seats, having prawn sandwiches at half-time and glasses of champagne. Well,
in a hotel in the corner of the fucking ground. Hotel in the corner of the fucking ground.
Yeah, until you get a bit of grit back. Yesterday on the South Bank, when I unveiled the flag, in people where I sit on the South Bank, stand on the South Bank, there's people in front of me, 3 rows in front of me, with their arms aloft in the air when the players come over, applauding them.
I know.
What the fuck? And I've asked the question, why are you applauding these players? You're applauding failure. You do not applaud failure. You pay a lot of money to come in here. You want to see something far better than this. And it kicked off.
Yeah.
Right.
But
So it ended up with me surrounded with stewards and threatening with the police and everything.
During the season. The Sheffield Wednesday fans had enough. They didn't buy merchandise. They didn't go to the stadium until that owner was taken out of their club. And I think it's got to the point where Wolves supporters, like you said, Sutty, still turn up but go on the Waterloo Road. Don't go in that stadium.
It's the biggest visual protest.
After Ipswich game last season, yeah, when they scored right from the corner. And it's before Christmas, and I was with my son, and they were all going to buy their merchandise for Christmas.
Oh, mate, I remember that as well. I
turned to them and I went, "You're giving more money to this fucking owner. What is fucking wrong with you?" I said, "If you was a true supporter, you'd be around that stadium at the front now, protesting, not giving them more money." And they're all staring at me thinking, I'm in the right, you're in the wrong.
Yeah, mate,
Sorry, guys.
you bang on.
Look,
you bang on.
Fosun boils my blood terribly. Sorry.
No, I did the same exact thing, Dean. If you can believe it. I remember it fucking well. It was right at the end of the game. Corner was coming in. They scored their last fucking goal. One of wasn't that like someone made a really fucking categorical mistake as well, and they won, right? And I saw them all fucking swarming like you saying, right? But can I just say, Dean, right? You make a very, very, very valid and good point about this. The way Molyneux is right now, right? It's fucking dead. It is. It's fucking dead, right? Why is it dead? Well, it's the owners, isn't it? Well, if it's the owners, and everyone can fucking answer the question and say it is the owners, then why are you still Fosun in? It's every single person will reply. Why is it dead? Well, when they came in, they used to put flags everywhere and everything for people, right? Now it's up to another power, right? The old gold and black, and they do it on their they do it on their own merit, right? So that's one way to sort of entice the fans. So they've left them to their own devices, right? This was all over the fucking pitch. Our first game, gold flags in every fucking seat, right? So they're showing that they give a little bit of the shit towards the fans, right? Then they start pricing them out. Who's doing that? The fucking owners. Is that anyone else's fault? No, right? So they've priced everyone out. That's another thing. Then they start offering packages for people that are coming over from Korea and who are buying Hwang Hee-chan's fucking t-shirt. And the only reason Hwang Hee-chan's getting fucking minutes, and I don't give a fuck what you say, there is something in his contract, because every single manager still plays this waste of space. He's still in this fucking squad. And the reason for it is because this fucking team, because of our owners, became an absolute fucking Thomas Cook. We were just a travel agents. We were a fucking travel agents. You look on the top, there's a flag for every fucking country going. Because at one point, we were all Portuguese. We were having the piss taken out of us. That didn't fucking work, because all of a sudden Uncle Jeff thought, I'm going to piss off to fucking Forest and help them instead. Right? So then we resorted to, well, we still got to get bums on seats, and we're upsetting them. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll buy every fucking player from every fucking nationality known to man and become a giant tourist attraction. Yeah. The number one shirt sold at that fucking football club for 3 years is Hwang Hee-chan.
Yeah. Can I say one more point though, Dan, please? And Sutty might agree with me on this. In the 80s, you used to go on the South Bank, right? And you stood wherever you wanted to. And when I was a young lad, I used to go just under the roof on the South Bank where all the singers and the nutters went. At the time, I didn't really know there were hooligans or nutters, but in my head, that was the place where everyone sang and that's where the fun was. So why don't the football club have 500 seats in the South Bank, the standing area at the back, where they say to people, if you want to come along and have a good sing, right, You turn up half an hour before the game, and that section is for 500 fans that will get behind the team and will be so passionate, or even 1,000. Do you know what I mean? Where you can stand wherever you want, or that is designated for people who are passionate about our club. I don't know what you guys think.
Crystal Palace do that
in the bottom left-hand corner, yeah.
Well,
Crystal Palace
at the end of the
now.
day, Dean, the one thing that we've tried to do is generate hype before a game, and the one thing we said that would do that, absolutely, categorically would do that, is the Liquidator. It's the one song that we know for a fact would go off, and there isn't a fucking roof on Molineux, but if there was, it would be fucking lifted by our fucking voices, right? And that is a simple tap-in. But because we are owned by a bunch of cowards, they are going to just say, sorry, that ain't going to happen, lads.
Dan, let me just tell you this, though. Yeah, and this is one thing that I don't believe. They don't know the significance of the Liquidator. Chinese people that have bought this club, Fosun, do not know the significance of the Liquidator. There are people on that board of directors and on that fan advisory board, which I might add is not fit for purpose, and I told them all to resign this week.
School, please.
Right, that they've been got to and said, oh, we're trying to get a family atmosphere here. We don't want to liquidate because they tell Albion to fuck off, innit? That is what has happened here. The Chinese, when we were in that meeting, if we'd have pushed a tiny little bit more,
it would have happened.
It'd have happened.
Yeah.
He was all, because he actually looked round and went, Liquidator. Max Fitzgerald went, and Max Fitzgerald, he just stood there and sat there and sort of squirmed his face. So I guarantee he's one of them. Because if you want to go in the family enclosure, get in the family enclosure. Not a problem. Do not try and change the demographic of this football club and where your noisy sections are. Your noisy section years ago, where all your hooligans and what have you were, and I'm going back some time, was in the North Bank, in the what we used to call the old cow shed.
Yeah, I used to be in the cow shed in the right-hand corner where the kids used to go.
Yeah, and now it's your South Bank. The South Bank has had its soul ripped out. There's nothing there for them to get up for. They're trying, bless them. But if you were to play that Liquidator, and we keep harping back to the Liquidator because it's so pathetically easy to just do, somebody's just got to press a button and put the fucking Liquidator on, and all of a sudden you've got an atmosphere.
Chris Humphrey said that. Chris Humphrey says here the guy that objected it was
the Norwich playoff semi-final, mate. I'm sure they did. When we played Norwich in the second leg at home, I'm sure they brought the Liquidator back in about 2002, 1.
Well, they stopped it around about that time, Dean.
Yeah, but I'm sure they brought it back for the Norwich semi-final at home in the playoff semi-final. We lost 1-0 at Carrow Road.
Yeah, they might have done. I can't remember what happened yesterday, mate, let alone 2002.
Yeah.
What's Chris said in the comments?
It was to, like you said, to get everyone going before the match.
Yeah.
He said the guy who objected to the Liquidator was the head of security, Chris has said.
Head of securities, okay. Fucking brilliant. Well done, him. We'll find out who you are. We'll give you plaudits.
But the hilarious thing is, you by not answering the fans, you're angering the fans, and then angry fans become more hard to deal with anyway.
You're telling me one man, head of security, has the overall say on everything. Yeah. Let me tell you now, and I've told you this time and time again, I'm sick of saying this. Football today has never been such a safe environment as what it is now, right? You go back 30 years and you had to have eyes up your arse if you went home and away. Now, when was the last time you had to see full-blown trouble at Molineux? Come on. I think the last time I seen it was when we won the championship, and I think Cardiff come on I'm pretty sure, or it was the season we played Cardiff on an evening. And it was
Cardiff smashed up the away end in the South Bank, in the Steeple lower.
Yeah, and I think it kicked off a bit up by the bus park, on the way back to the station. But other than that, you will not see much trouble. If they're saying that the reason there was trouble at the FA Cup tie between Albion and Wolves was because the liquidator starts the trouble. I mean, fucking Jesus Christ.
There was one Wolves fan in the function, weren't there? That's what it was about. And pisshead Albion idiots thought they got to get in one person.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I'm sick and tired of talking about the people right at the high echelons of this football club, running this football club and making constant fucking rubbish decisions on our behalf. It is shit. They are inept at the top, all the way down to the manager, and that filters out onto what you've got on a pitch. And unfortunately, when Rob Edwards calls us out saying, I need a bit more out of the crowd, fucking give us something.
Yeah, give us some in return.
Sorry, I'm ranting up. It's not my show really tonight. It's the call. So great call, Dean.
Yes, thanks very much,
Dean.
Dean.
I mean, keep it going, guys, because you're the only two that actually say it how it is, and all these others are too polite and nice, and we can't upset Fosun. So keep up the good work, Dan.
Will do,
and
mate.
Sooty. Take care, guys.
Legend, mate.
Cheers,
see you
buddy.
later. Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Legend.
2 calls left.
That's it. We got Finn, and I can't see the other person.
It's somebody Richards. Somebody Richards. I can't really read his name.
No, I can't either. Oh, Richard. Yeah, Richards. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get on Finn first, and then we're gonna go Richards, and then we're gonna call that a show. Thank you so much, guys, for getting involved tonight. It's the most we've ever had. To be fair, we've only ever had a couple of phone-ins, so it's clear that everyone's pissed off this evening. Hence the emergency stream in the first place, Sooty.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to get Finn on. Unmute you, mate. I think you've got yourself muted, Finn. So if you want to unmute yourself, pal, then we should be able to hear you now. Definitely haven't got him muted. Try Richards if you can't manage it at the moment. Finn, you there, mate? He's trying to do something. I can see something happening.
Yeah.
Finn? You're unmuted, son. You should be. I should be able to hear you now. Finn? I'm gonna get to Richards, mate, and have you sort your end out, mate. Richards, I've unmuted you, mate.
How's it going, guys? You hear me?
Yes, we can,
mate.
We can.
So I was on a live with you, Dan, on Saturday when we played. I can't even remember who we played because you were so shit. I said to you on that live, right?
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if we did a double drop like we did the last time we went in. I haven't seen the video the people are talking about tonight, and I'll try and find it in a bit. I spoke to Sooty a few times on other streams and stuff, and I've got a really good understanding of what Sooty says. But for me, and I said it in your live again the other day, the writing on the wall for us was when we played that friendly against Real Vallecano.
Yeah.
They should not have. They walked all over us on that friendly, and it was 2 years. Was it 2 years ago? 3 years ago.
Yeah, I think it was 2. It's 2 or 3 years ago, isn't it?
Yeah, they walked all over us, and we had good players back then as well. We still had the likes of Neves. I think we just caught Sarvin. I think Patricio had just gone. We still had Johnny. We still had good players. And they just fucking played us off the park, hands down.
Yeah.
That was the last game I ever went to. I haven't been to a game since. I haven't bought any merch. I haven't bought any merch. If I buy your kids a t-shirt, I get the fucking cheap ones off eBay. You know, or trying
That's
to keep
sad,
that.
isn't it, really? And it's sad that people have been left in such a position that they don't want to go. I fully understand it, mate. It's a struggle for me to go at the moment. It really is. I don't really enjoy.
Do you feel it's more of a chore? Do you think it's more of a chore for you now, Susie?
Yeah, it is. It's a chore.
It's like a shit job, isn't it? It's like you've just got to
go with me, mate. I go with mates, and before and after's a good laugh. But yesterday, I listened yesterday, and at one point, all I could hear while the game was going on, this is in the first half, was people just having conversations with each other, not even looking at the game.
Mm.
And I thought, we're fucked. It's gone. This has.
Mm.
And I said to the kid who's waiting to come on here, because he's my neighbour in the South Bank thing, I said, listen, everybody's just talking to each other. There's no singing. They're all just having conversations about everyday life, not even about the football.
Mm.
I've never, ever experienced this at Wolves. Never. Not where it's so been beat out of us that you want to discuss what you had for your breakfast on the morning and not have any passion towards what's happening on the pitch. And it's a demise that's really, really set in. And if we're not careful, we're going to lose everything that we sort of generated over decades, because we've always been a feisty little club. You know, we're not the biggest club. We're not the smallest club. We are a big club, but we're not acting like a big club now. We're just not. There's something fundamentally missing at the top that's filtering down right to a fan base that's made it so apathetic that it's almost like it's had the life kicked out of it.
I was just listening to a couple of the other people talking, and everyone's going off, Jeff Shi, Sudo, London, and all this. I thought, I'll have a quick Google search. Sudo aren't based in London, they're based in Manchester. Sudo's head office is Manchester.
Yeah, of course it is, yeah. We've seen it, haven't we?
And that's just to Wolverhampton in London.
But why isn't it Wolverhampton?
Well, Sudo... It's because Sudo wasn't just a Wolves brando, was it? It was made for all sorts of different things, so they do...
Yeah, but Dan, look at the first club that's played in Sudo merch.
It's football-wise, yeah. But it was it was athletics before we joined.
But why? But your biggest advertisement for Sudo merch...
Oh, 100%, yeah.
It's Wolves.
Yeah, 100%.
So why wouldn't you, as an owner, say, right, we've got a warehouse that needs 100 people working in it. Why would you not invest in the local infrastructure and employ people? I'll tell you why, and it's pretty simple, because you do not give a fuck about this city or the people within it. As simple as that.
Okay. I mean, my eldest boy is into athletics. He does a lot of track and field and stuff like that. And I go all over the country with him. I've never seen a Sudo, anything from Sudo. The only time I've ever seen Sudo is in Wolves. On Wolves kit and everything. My boy wears New Balance, Nike, Adidas, Asics. He runs in Asics trainers. They're the only brand he wears. You know, and like I said, I travel all over the world. Not all over the world, all over the UK. I've never seen Sudo on another athlete. You know, and apparently, just doing the quick research, you know, Jeff Shi's running Sudo. Okay, fine. But why are they not promoting it within the city more and giving the job to people within the city?
Because they don't care, mate. That's why.
Exactly. You know. Me and my boys were season ticket holders up until 3 years ago, and I went to membership then, and I've got that now as well.
So
I
know. Sorry, Richards. I know why they're based in Manchester. By the way, it's because Levy, who is the people that own, called Levy Merchandising, so they're our retail partner, and basically they started in Manchester, and then basically they went into some sort of brand deal with Fosun Sports Group to make Sudo. So basically they're looking at. I already know for a fact, by the way. I think one of the international teams,
Wales,
is getting Sudo, from what I've heard.
Wales.
So they're branching out, aren't they? But the problem I've got with it is, why have Jeff Shi be the guy that owns the Fosun Sports Group? Why? Why can't you just give it to someone else? Why is it so important this guy's still around the club? And the answer to that question is because then that's their scapegoat. Well, he you know, he's a retail partner operator for Levy Merchandising. It's got nothing to do with Wolverhampton Wanderers.
I don't.
It's all a load of bollocks, mate. It's all a load of shit. Why are you still in fucking Wolves if it's just about merchandising?
And he's a money maker. He is an absolute expert at making money and making spreadsheets for an investment company look very, very healthy. Look, if I'm owning an investment company and you are showing me profit and good turnover and what have you, and I know people are saying, "Yeah, fucking hell, they bankroll us for 30 million." That take it from me, we look pretty healthy at the moment with the amount of sales and that we're gonna make, but we've got a lot of loans tied against Premier League TV money. I believe we've got loans tied to Molineux, and if we do not bounce straight back up, we're going to be in for some choppy water, let's just say.
When Fosun took over, I was reading quite a few articles. Apparently, Jeff Shi had not managed a single portfolio over $2, and all of a sudden, he's the chairman of us, valued at the time was about 150 million.
He's getting an extra 100,000, isn't he? He's getting an extra 100,000 as the guy in charge of Fosun Sports Group.
Well, good call, mate. Good call.
Yeah, thanks, Richards.
Yeah,
appreciate you, mate. Thank you. Thank you. Finn, have you sorted your shit out, son? Are you there?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, Finn. Thank God for
How
that.
are we?
Oh, mate. Drained. Absolutely.
I don't even know where to start.
Well, I tell you what, it's your call, mate. So I tell you what, I'll give you somewhere to start. You wake up this morning and you are greeted to a video in which someone is, quote unquote, hounding someone for questions, and that man he's basically acted like a rat, essentially.
Yeah.
You know, and you just, you know, when you work in retail or whatever, you lift up a bin and then a rat scurries off and you get to chase it to fucking find out what's going on. That's what I was getting from the situation. But what were you getting from the situation, Finn?
I just didn't know. I saw the video and I just thought, what an absolute lying idiot. They've said all along that Jeff Shi weren't in the club anymore and all that. When they said that they said, you know, and all along it's been a lie. And like Sutty said, we always knew that. I always thought, you know, something's a bit dodgy here. He's always still in the club. That I don't trust him at all. And the decline has just been completely unacceptable. I mean, to where we were to where we are now, it all starts at the top, and you still got the idiots, the happy clappers that still support Fosun. I don't know how they still support Fosun. I really don't know how.
It's shocking, mate.
I mean, and then you get the idiot at the front, like Sutty said, still clapping the players. They're smoking drugs or something. How are you still clapping the players? How on earth are you still clapping the players? And exactly like Sutty said again, they're accepting failure. You clap people.
It's not
when
on
they
the.
do
It's
well.
not on the players though, Finn. It's not on the players. You
Oh.
can't get on the players back. They're doing their best.
Can I
Fucking
just
doing their
say,
best
like-
at doing what? Being losers. Yeah, they're fucking
Taking
brilliant
sides
at
in
that.
Portugal on holiday.
Can I
Christ.
just say as well, I will applaud anybody who I think has put in a right good shift.
Yeah.
I don't care if you win, lose or draw. I've seen us lose at home to Southampton 6-0 and we applauded them off the pitch. They were that good that day. They worked their balls off. Literally, Southampton had 6 shots and scored 6 goals.
Mm.
We were unbelievable at times that day, and we applauded them off the pitch. It's not just about winning, it's about their application and what they do on the pitch. And if they put a shift in, I'll stand there and applaud them.
Yeah.
But do not expect me to applaud abject failure on a corporate scale. It's as simple as that. Now, this lad sits next, well, doesn't sit, he stands right next to me of his old man. So he's fully aware of the rants and the rages and the flags and the things that I do to get these fucking flags in this ground and unveil them. So, you know, he's probably been a little bit brainwashed by listening to me rant on at times and call people out within that South Bank, because I've been brought up in a time where that South Bank was together and was fully on board with each other. And once they decided that you were out, you were out. As soon as they voiced their concerns, if they were telling a certain manager to fuck off, he was gone.
He's still here, by the way.
Simple. So, for me, I mean, yesterday, he's leaving the ground between 5 and 5:30. He should have been there till 10 o'clock at night, calling an emergency meeting saying, this ain't good, because we really are throwing him under the bus here. He cannot carry on here because we've got to get these on board for next season. So it's just a shit show from top to bottom. It's embarrassing. Really is embarrassing.
Sunderland go down to 10 men in the 24th minute and we still continue to play a back five. The bloke is clueless. I mean, how are we still... And we're relegated as well. Just have a go. It's boring seeing us play a boring foot back five. I just don't know. The club's a mess. Rob Edwards is just tactically stupid.
Do you know what? We'd have been better off having one sent off and that would have forced him to go to a back four.
Yeah. I just don't know what he's trying to achieve. I mean, we relegate. Just have a go. Put Rodrigo. Put some, 3 defenders. It's just stupid, honestly.
The thing is, this is running through the club. Fear is running through this club.
Yeah.
They're frightened on the pitch. These lot at the top are now starting to get twitchy, and it's all filtering through down onto the pitch with players that are just not up to the standard that is required for the Premier League. League tables do not lie, and league tables will tell you everything you need to know about the people that are running your football club. Quite simple.
Yeah, exactly. But the decline has just been unacceptable. I just can't believe where we are as a club now, going down to the Champions, and we deserve it as well. We totally deserve it. How they've run the club.
Of course you do. You're bottom.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the likes of Brighton and Bournemouth and all that, and you look at them and you think, I mean, Bournemouth, they're a well-run club, and you look at, and we're just so poorly ran, and I don't trust them at all to do anything in the summer to get us promoted. They
don't realise what they've got. They've got one of the most historic and important football clubs in the history of world football. That is fact. That's absolute fact. A founder member club which created the European club format and
unique colour, unique badge.
Well, the badge is the most recognisable badge in world football. If you like football, no matter whether you're in South America, whether you're in South Africa, whether you're in China, whether you're in Russia, and somebody says to you, right, name these badges to me, and the Wolves badge comes up, every single football supporter will know that that's Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Yeah.
They have got a jewel that unfortunately they haven't kept polished, and it's gone very, very dull. And unless you keep polishing your crown jewels and keeping them in good order, they lose their sparkle and they lose their shine. And unfortunately, ours are as dull as fucking pieces of coal now.
Yeah. If these lot think we're going to punch our way out of the Championship, they've got another thing coming. Like you said, that's being arrogant. That is. It
is arrogant.
It's complete
Absolutely
arrogance.
Even at the stage they said it at, even I was a bit fucking like, Christ, all right, fair play. But at the same time, part of me was like, bloody hell.
Well, if they want to punch their way out the Championship now,
let's spend loads.
Right, they want to punch their way out the Championship. I see 10 to 12 players going out that first team squad. If they've got to replace them 10 to 12 players, and they're on about punching their way at the Championship, that means that you're knocking everybody out through. You're going to absolutely steamroll it. You've got to spend upwards of 200 million quid.
Well, yeah, not just to replace the 11, but to replace the bench.
Yeah, because you've got a load of kids on the bench. So you're looking at really replacing it, bringing in 15 players. Well, you're bringing in 15 players. Then I remember Fulham doing that one year, bought in a shitload of players for over £100 million and got relegated. And I'm going back 10, 15 years. So it don't always work. And unfortunately, I wouldn't, if they did say, here's a big chest with 200 million quid in, I'm not so sure that the personnel that are there, I trust to go and do it.
Nah, not at all. Not at all.
Good call, young'un.
Thank you. Thanks for letting me on.
Legend, Finn, always, mate. Always can come on.
See you soon,
no
mate.
problem, mate. See you later.
Thank you for letting me on.
Ciao,
See you in a bit.
Ciao. Well, Shutty, we'll call it there, mate. Everyone's asking if we're going to be back on Thursday. We are going to be back on Thursday. We will be talking about the game that happened more in depth. And probably, let's be honest, it's our fucking football club. So there's going to be a lot to bloody talk about, isn't there? Let's be honest. Let's be honest with each other. Because you call good sleep and wake up without something being fucking another thing going on. We're just the most ridiculous football club in the world, man.
We're a basket case.
It's just absolutely insanity. It's insanity, is what it is. It's absolutely insanity. Listen, Thank you so much for joining us. I know it was an emergency podcast. I've had to do a load of shit behind the scenes to get a couple of things working. But a lot of people, to be fair, they don't want cameras on. But if you do want cameras on in future, I have got something working for that now. So if you want to bring your camera on Thursday, feel free to do so, and I'll make that work around you guys. I do appreciate you guys all coming on. Sooty, I appreciate you as well. You've had a real fucking busy day driving, mate. Get yourself some rest now, and chill the fuck out for a bit. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for all being here. Get yourself in the comments, and let us know what you guys are thinking regarding all this shit that's happened today. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you on